rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth fertile. Our home is God by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Welcome to King's Own Institute's 22nd graduation ceremony. Due to the ongoing global restrictions, today's graduation will be a virtual ceremony. While we have all faced difficult times as of late, it is important to remain optimistic. In the words of Helen Keller, optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. You have achieved so much during these difficult times and are well prepared for the next step in your career and indeed life's journey. I would now like to introduce Dr. Brian Spencer, AIBM Chair, Academic Board Member, as the presiding officer of today's ceremony.
In accordance with Australian tradition, I would like to acknowledge the Katzke clan of the Eora people as the traditional owners of the land on which the King's Own Institute offers its teaching and where we meet today. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. Distinguished viewers, fellow directors, college staff, graduates, family and friends. It's my honour and pleasure to welcome you here today to the 22nd graduation ceremony to be celebrated by the King's Own Institute. This virtual online ceremony, number 4, has been created to replace the traditional face-to-face ceremony which cannot be held because of the restrictions on travel and on the assembly of large gatherings arising from the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, first and most importantly, I offer our warmest congratulations to our graduates. We acknowledge your achievements and share your pride and success on this important day. Secondly, I'd like to acknowledge the significant contributions which your mentors and teachers have made to your academic success. And finally, I'd like to join you in paying tribute to the support and encouragement you've had from parents, family members and partners on this journey. Graduates, please join me in thanking all those who've played a part in your success. Now, we spend considerable time each year reviewing KOI's strategic plan. Our vision is success in higher education through excellence and innovation. And alongside that vision, we define our mission is to be a leading education provider distinguished for nurturing our students and preparing them for global careers. And we've identified the most important values to share with you are practical education, student-centred service, collaboration, innovative solutions and ethical principles. May I point out to you that you're now lifetime alumni of the King's Own Institute. It may only be a relatively young university-level institution, just over 10 years old, but it's one whose reputation for high academic standards and for the quality of care for its students is already well established, and it's endorsed by the National Higher Education Regulator, that is the Tertiary Education Quality and Standards Agency, or TEQSA. And I'm confident that as KOI continues to grow and as its good reputation deservedly spreads, you'll be proud to acknowledge KOI as the place where you studied and graduated. And we hope you will share your positive views of that experience with your family and friends, including the successful launch of safe, blended learning during a highly challenging time. I encourage you to keep in touch with us and support your alma mater. I don't need to remind you that you live, or we all live, in rapidly changing times. And if we're to function successfully in this ever-changing environment, we must adapt and innovate throughout our lives. And as our jobs change, the skills we'll need will change too. Now, we know that robots have long been taking over routine, repetitive and manual tasks, and many of the jobs that comprised these tasks are already disappearing. Next, artificial intelligence is taking over analysis and decision-making tasks. Humans will move into jobs composed of the tasks that machines aren't good at, such as interpersonal, creative and problem-solving work. The data show that the fastest growing skills are the uniquely human traits such as teamwork, empathy, adaptability, integrity, good communication and leadership. We'll need to work with intellectual and emotional intelligence that complements rather than competes with automation and artificial intelligence. It's predicted that the provision of short training courses and informal on-the-job learning will need to be doubled in the next 2 decades. The clear message is that we should expect that future jobs will require lifelong learning and that universities and tertiary colleges will need to adapt to this demand by seizing the opportunity to meet student expectations to develop deep and transferable skills, especially at a time when we face the enormous challenge of economic recovery in countries around the world. And what does this mean for you? Well, as graduates operating in various professional fields, you'll need to be ready to personally develop and exercise your leadership skills to enable you to contribute to the creation of new policy frameworks and the promotion of opportunities to advance human progress in health, in social services, in education, science, business and commerce. The 2020 report on the future of jobs by the World Economic Forum noted that while the labour market is uncertain due to COVID-19, the pandemic has actually accelerated the arrival of future work. The future of work is heavily influenced by technology, with 84% of employers looking to rapidly digitalise working processes, including a significant expansion of remote work. While technology will reduce the demand for some occupations, it's also creating new opportunities to develop and use the new technologies. Many existing jobs not primarily associated with IT will increasingly require higher levels of skills in technology. Never has a graduating class been called to step into the future with more purpose, vision, passion, energy and hope. In today's world, it is essential that we maintain our sense of the bigger picture, for it's only then that we can make well-informed and ethical decisions. And the most successful way to keep that balanced overview of our world is to continuously look for new perspectives in our professions and to seek out new ways of helping our communities to operate as sustainable, civilised and supportive societies. For these reasons, I repeat, it's important for us to embrace the concept of lifelong learning, I hope you'll never forget the importance of continuing to learn in a rapidly changing world. There is no doubt that we need smart, capable and adaptable young people such as you to help us make the most of the rapidly changing world I described earlier, which is another way of saying, graduates, you have important responsibilities ahead of you. Let me say that with your attainments and your new skills, you are well prepared to meet the unprecedented challenges of our times. I wish you continued achievement in the fields you choose to follow, whether they be in this country or in distant places. Make sure you tell others about the benefits you enjoyed as KOI students. May I simply remind you that you've enjoyed the privilege of tertiary study, and with that privilege comes the responsibility of service to your community, wherever that may be. On behalf of all our viewers today, I offer our warm congratulations on your graduation from KOI, and I wish you good health and the best of success in your future careers.
Dr. Spencer, I certify that the candidates whose names appear in the printed program as graduates have met all the AIBM requirements for the degree or awards specified against their names.
In accordance with the Constitution of AIBM, trading as the King's Own Institute, and in accordance with the authority given to me under that Constitution, I welcome the graduates whose names appear in the printed program. Thank you.
I would now like to introduce Adjunct Professor Dr. Doug Hinscliff, CEO and President of King's Own Institute, Academic Board Member and AIBM Director.
This 22nd graduation ceremony is special in being a double ceremony of two graduating classes, and it is being conducted in a virtual environment due to the pandemic. This ceremony may, hopefully, mark the end of the virtual environment as we emerge from the heavy impact of the pandemic over the past 18 months and look forward to a return to face-to-face in 2022. Success in higher education is the motto of KOI, and it has taken the dedication and commitment of staff and students to realise this achievement in graduation today. The task has never been more difficult for students in having to adapt to new technology, methods of study, and to endure long periods of separation from family and friends here and afar. The COVID experience has required a special strength of character, dedication to the study commitment, flexibility in adjusting to academic requirements, and of course adaptability to the environment that will possibly have our graduates excel and stand out from others in years to come. I now invite the following senior staff members of King's Own Institute to present the graduates of the 22nd graduation ceremony virtual and call the names of the graduates. In order, Dr. Graham Salter, Vice President Academic, Chandra Sundaresan, Vice President Student Affairs, Professor Zhenxiang Xian, Vice President Marketing and Partnership, Associate Professor David Rosenbaum, Deputy Vice President Academic.
Dr. Spencer, I present to you the graduates for the Master of Professional Accounting. Amandeep Kaur, Amandeep Kaur, Ashdeep Kaur, Faisal Askari, Farheen Khan, Gajinder Singh, Jaskaran Singh, Jaspreet Kaur, Jyoti Hampal, Mandeep Kaur, Manpal Kaur, Narinda, Pooja Devi, Rajan, Rajbir Kaur, Sandeep Kaur, Shashank Acharya, Sanjita Adhikari, Dipesh Adhikari, Malina Adhikari, Sachini Adhikari Harachi Gay, Manacheha Aftab, Eshan Ahmad, Ali Ahmad, Ariane Alcala, Anusha Ali Maga, Daminda Anija, Muhammad Anshari, Ankush Aurora, Nikatan Aurora, Muhammad Arshad, Sanja Rejmi, Harun Ashraf, Habib Ashraf, Shazeb Ali Awan, Pratik Bajracharya, Manoj Bajracharya, Sahira Balami, Karishma Bam, Babita Bam, Noman Bashir, Kiran Bashal, Abdul Bassett, Malika Basnet, Nabaraj Basnet, Niraj Basnet, Pabitra Basnet, Sugam Basnet, Sujata Basnet, Suman Basnet, Suresh Basnet, Manchimeg Batbaya, Sanjima Batmunk, Pranav Balerao, Vinod Bandari, Lok Bandari, Rama Bandari Lutel, Binod Bat, Stuti Bata, Shalu Batarai, Pratiksha Batarai Gautam, Nisha Betwal, Pratibha Betwal, Alicia Bolan, Sharad Bujal, Geeta Bujal, Jivan Bushal, Shantos Bushal, Anjana Rasalai, Bel Bishwakama, Prasant Bishwas, Madan Bista, Prashant Bogati, Sumitra Bahara, Suresh Bott, Manisha Berathoki, Lawrence Castillo, Rajenda Katha, Anapreet Katha, Vijay Chowdhury, Azu Chauhan, Rajesh Chemjong, Thinley Chenzom, Saja Chetri, Deep Chetri, Sujita Chetri Budathoki, Akash Chowdhury, Prabin Dahal, Aranzuna Dal Kajav, Gambir Dengol, Diraj Darala, Anil Devkota, Prabin Devkota, Anish Dakal, Shamila Dakal, Yifu Ding, Asalan Durrani, Pradeep GC, Sheila Gabuja, Yubaraj Gautam, Sunil Gautam, Shishi Gautam, Umang Gowali, Babita Maga, Ranjita Dumre, Sujan Giri, Sonu Gopali, Yogesh Gugle, Asha Gurung, Ashish Gurung, Divya Gurung, Alicia Gurung, Mahendra Gurung, Prarana Gurung, Sahil Gurung, Shilpa Gurung, Subhash Gurung, Yubraj Gurung, Unish Gurung, Monica Giawali, Lydia Hadanata, Sumit Hamal, Abdul Hasib, Surab Hasija, Syed Hassan, Hirath Hirath, Rasangi Kokawalaji, Muhammad Javed, Unju Jung, Saraswati KC, Nikitha Katabona, Nisha Kadkar, Balaswami Kakala, Navaraj Kaki, Rachana Kaki, Ramila Kaki, Ruku Kaki, Rupesh Kaki, Saloni Kaki, Saraswati Kaki, Suman Kaki, Srijan Kamacharya, Irina Kasatkina, Rameshwar Katawal, Gagneet Kaur, Pragriti Kayashsa, Anil Kadka, Ashmita Kadka, Rupa Kadka, Sagal Kadka, Sahadev Kadka, Shriyana Kadka, Sulav Kadka, Trishna Kadka, Yagya Kadka, Nabil Kanal, Samjana Kanal, Akriti Kanal, Suhem Karel, Kabita Kati BK, Babita Katri, Bandana Katri, Rahil Kokka, Munzel Kurel Bata, Hyung Kim, Ashmita Korala, Sabina Korala, Nishal Korada, Dinesh Lama, Divya Lama, Abaya Lamachane, Bishal Lamsal, Lalita Loxton, Remima Lucky, Kumar Magar, Min Magar, Pooja Magar, Dinesh Mahara, Deepa Mahajan, Janita Mahajan, Nina Mahajan, Nisha Mahajan, Prashant Mahajan, Rajani Mahajan, Rakesh Mahajan, Sanjay Mahajan, Sangeeta Mahajan, Sailash Mahajan, Sonisha Mahajan, Sujita Mahajan Pun, Shreya Mahat, Raj Mahato, Shrazina Malaku, Namrata Mali, Rupesh Mala, Karan Manantur, Shrishti Manantur, Yamuna Manantur, BJ Mandal, Mariam, Trilok Mita, Michelle, Ashfaq Muhammad, Sunil Muktan, Kanchan Thapa, Joan Makuri, Sophia Munankami, Muhammad Nabil, Muhammad Naqvi, Simona Nomcheski, Muhammad Nawaz, Surya Nepali, Susan Nepali, Suraj Neopain, Jagannath Neopain, Prabhat Neopain, Sushila Neopain Pandi, Chidi Nwandu, Elena Obatina, Frankie Orlando, Bawana Pahari, Bisham Pandi, Dipti Parmar, Bhargav Patel, Arth Patel, Sagar Podel, Samicha Podel, Yasoda Puyal, Anusha Pokharel, Manish Pokharel, Srija Pokharel, Ivan Popov, Kashen Podel, Ashish Podel, Mika Patel, Pawan Podel, Kabita Podel Bugai, Bindu Prajapati, Regina Pratapa, Yogita Pun, Chandra Pun, Shiva Puri, Ajana Rai, Charan Rai, Doma Rai, Kalpana Rai, Mamata Rai, Nabindra Rai, Usha Rai, Srajab Rana, Hari Rana, Nisha Rana, Swanima Magar, Kanisha Rout, Mamata Rout, Nishma Raya, Ali Raza, Yapan Regmi, Pramish Chetri, Ibrahim Saeed, Ritik Sa, Pujan Sanju, Gurpreet Sandhu, Lava Sapkota, Priya Sapkota,
Jano Sekaran, Ashik Century, Asmi Sahi, Aditi Sahi, Bishal Sahi, Priyanka Sahi, Abhishek Sahi, Zonia Shahzad, Soheb Sakel, Dipendra Deep Shakaya, Kriti Shakaya, Shushmita Shakaya, Anuj Sharma, Vinay Sharma, Lakshman Sharma, Arjun Sharma, Ashmita Sharma Adhikari, Akriti Sharma Subedi, Deepa Sharbuja, Mingmar Sherpa, Srijan Shilparkar, Amit Shrestha, Avishek Shrehasta, Binita Shrestha, Biplav Shrestha, Krish Shrestha, Kritika Shrestha, Kusum Shrestha, Luniba Shrestha, Manisha Shrestha, Muskan Shrestha, Nilu Shrestha, Nirajan Shrestha, Pratima Shrestha, Reena Shrestha, Rajana Shrestha, Ritesh Shrestha, Rushita Shrestha, Sachat Shrestha, Saru Shrestha, Shital Shrestha, Showa Shrestha, Shrija Shrestha, Srijani Shrestha, Sujit Shrestha, Sunil Shrestha, Suruchi Shrestha, Swagat Shrestha, Santoshi Shrestha Dongal, Muhammad Changiz Shuja, Aman Shilparkar, Jenny Silwal, Daljit Singh, Rajani Singh, Soni Sitola, Natalia Solankova, Kabi Raj Subedi, Sujan Subedi, Rogan Sujaku, Biju Sunawar, Manat Suri, Vandana Sudev Dakal, Muhammad Tahir, Dijana Talveska, Lakshmi Tamang, Sabina Tamang, Juna Tamang, Rija Tamarkar, Ashik Tapa, Abinash Tapa, Bina Tapa, Bhim Kumari Thapa, Nitesh Thapa, Pratima Thapa, Rabina Thapa, Regina Thapa, Roman Thapa, Rupesh Bikram Thapa, Shilpa Thapa, Unish Thapa, Sadiksha Tatal, Rajina Thimalasena, Sulochana Thimalasena, Meera Thimalasena, Prabesh Thimsena, Purev Barkas Sobatrak, Uranbil Sodol, Prabesh Tuladar, Prima Lata Ugaryapu, Jayanti Upadhyaya, Rasila Upureti, Kedarnath Upureti, Janelin Victoria, Rahul Vij, Rishruti Yerwa, Sonu Yonjan Tamang, Evgenia Zitkova, Fatima Zulfikar. Dr. Spencer, I present to you the graduates for Masters of Accounting. Dr. Spencer, I present Anulok Bolafim, Pam Pong Chu, Kyung Ryong Kim, Jae Ing Lee, Kyung Min Park, Karen Wei Poklis, Hari Bahadur Pan, Sudeep Raut, Ang Shrepa, Siu Sian Xiao, and Margaret Suneo. Zamili An Sur, Dwi Yanti Zhong. I present to you the graduates for Master of Arts TESOL. Dr. Spencer, I present Oluwitisin Rachel Adipitian, Bijay Raj Dawadi, Siu Dong, Anna Grankina, Jingru Huang, Hui Liu, Feng Pham, Sai Wang, Qiu Feng Zhao. Dr. Spencer, I present to you the graduates for Master of Information Technology. Dr. Spencer, I present Lavpreet Singh, Avatar Singh, Safi Nauman, Muhammad Shafi Ahmad, Husna Fatima, Japneet Singh, Jeevan Preet Kaur, Sagar Acharya, Anish Adhikari, Bidur Adhikari, Muhammad Ramzan Akram, Nilima Aridala, Suhail Arshad, Pratib Basnet, Sujita Bandari, Shantosh Bhatrai, Binod Buddhatoki, Sujit Buddhatoki, Satvik Chala, Navneet Kaur Chima, Bijay Dahal, Zoeb Delmir, Batul Fatima, Neeraj GC, Prashant Garbuja, Bibek Gautam, Deepa Giri, Deepu Gotame, Mohammad Farhan Haq, Parashar Kaisi, Venkata Kanaka Vedu, Pradeep Karki, Regina Karki, Nikita Kashi Reddy, Jayant Kashi Reddy, Salman Khan, Nirpesh Kanal, Polikalp Kimutai, Dipanjana Kundu, Sadikshaya Kunawar, Amrendra Kushwaha, Arjun Lama, Ranjit Lohani, Hemraj Magar, Samita Magar, Ajay Mal, Roshan Manandar, Shahid Mahmood, Umalwara Muhammad, Abdul Yasin Muhammad, Imran Muhammad, Farhana Ferdous Mo, Sanjeev Nakarmi, Saida Salma Nakwi, Jagannath Nipune, Ashmita Pandey, Kirti Parajuli, Amita Podo, Abdur Rahman, Babin Rai, Neha Rani, Asha Rani, Narayan Rathod, Bishal Raut, Ashik Rawal, Lilas Sa, Ali Salahuddin, Bishal Sapakota, Roshan Sapakota, Aman Sena, Banu Sahi, Sanjog Sahi, Rashmi Shakaya, Ritika Sharma, Alina Shrepa, Kripesh Sivakoti, Prithvi Raj Shreyasta, Pujan Shreyasta, Samina Shreyasta, Sanjay Shreyasta, Suraj Shreyasta, Sushil Shreyasta, Gurveer Singh Sidhu, Sophin Singh, Nurin Sultana, Rishav Sunar, Bisesh Tapa, Nitam Tapa, Shankar Kumar Tapa, Muhammad Amid Uddin, Chinenye Adobe Udemezu, Sergey Ustinov, Noman Zafar Minhas, Zakahur Rahman. Dr. Spencer, I present to you the graduates of Graduate Diploma of Business. Dr. Spencer, I present Gurpreet Singh Arora, Sukhandeep Saini, Alpha Shreyasta. Dr. Spencer, I present the graduates of Graduate Diploma in TESOL. Dr. Spencer, I present Hijang Huang. Dr. Spencer, I present the graduates of Graduate Diploma of Information Technology. Dr. Spencer, I present Lance Nicholas Cha, Kevin Pasqua, Akib Zishan. Dr. Spencer, I present the graduates of Graduate Certificate in Business. Dr. Spencer, I present Nur ul Iman, Maxim Zikal. Dr. Spencer, I present the graduates of Graduate Certificate of Information Technology. Dr. Spencer, I present Sujata Gimri, Dishan Ratna Kanasakar, Muhammad Ramzan. Dr. Spencer, I present the graduates of Bachelor of Business Accounting. Dr. Spencer, I present Simran Kaur, Johan Harshdeep Singh, Gurpreet Singh, Muhammad Atik ur Rahman, Hemant Adhikari, Kanchan Agrahari, Lalit Adhikari, Samundra Adhikari, Raj Kawar Ali, Usman Ali, Susan Amgai, Qazi Abrar Amin, Arpit Kumar Arora, Aniket Ariel, Niruta Ariel, Shishir Kumar Atal, Dinesh BK, Sanish Bade, Prajwal Bajracharya, Ashmita Ban, Nishan Bania, Purnima Bania, Subhash Banjara, Gopal Baral, Alisha Baruwal, Babina Baruwal, Diksha Baruwal, Prakriti Bandari, Roshan Bandari, Salina Bandari, Samiksha Bandari, Srilata Bandari, Barsha Batarai, Sahansila Bimali, Kishore Bist, Mahesh Bista, Gita Buddha, Rojin Buddhatoki, Camila Campos Ishikawa,
Sangasha Chatri, Simran Dahal, Subesh Dalakoti, Saroji Danua, Muhammad Hassan Dawood, Maria Rosemary D'Souza, Pooja Devi, Kushal Devkota, Salina Devkota, Sujit Disha, Princess Mare Ancolado, User Fantony, Tina Gamal, Leela Gaboja, Sanem Gaboja, Anesh Gatala, Sujan Gotam, Shiksha Gotam, Sujata Gimira, Nabina Gimira, Manesh Giri, Ananta Gurong, Sandhya Gurong, Najina Gurong, Asin Gyawali, Pinky Rajesh Kumar, Harira Mani, Hatini Hatini, Sandhya KC, Rohit KC, Achel Kadaria, Sujan Kafule, Prashensa Kansakar, Lubab Kanwa, Reggie Katzke, Sanjay Katka, Tanya Katka, Shova Kanal, Sujan Kanal, Sujan Kareel, Radhika Khatri, Asha Khatri, Hyunjung Kim, Iso Kim, Mukesh Korala, Sumit Kunwa, Roichi Kurihara, Cheriting Lama, Punam Lama, Asta Marga, Mani Mahajan, Rohit Mahajan, Sushma Mahajan, Ziga Mahajan, Anil Mahat, Tala Mahamud, Nalina Menali, Sushang Mananta, Uni Mawadi, Muhammad Jamel Mahdi, Hanwing Moksing, Abdi Ghani Muhammad, Noshin Nawa, Liwaj Newpain, Samik Shia New Pen. Hongbao Ching Nguyen. Lucky Stephen Fernando Norris. Rojeshma Pangini. Regina Pera Julie. Bishal Paria. Sujan Patak. Sandeep Podio. Akash Podio. Rahul Pradhan. Prabin Pradhan. Pujan Peng. Sanan Peng. Muhammad Hafizur Rahman. Manish Rai. Muna Rai. Sonima Rai. Soil Rajibandari. Subhashana Ratala. Bindu Rana. Sudiksha Prarata Preswari Rana. Biswas Rana Bat. Servit Raya Maji. Saroj Rimo. Jovian Rivara. Sulan Santos de Agre La Silva. Anuja Sepkota. Pradip Sepkota. Lubi Sepkota. Sharoz Shafiq. Rohit Kumar Shahi. Nahilbin Shahid. Shrishti Shakia. Supriti Shakia. Rubina Sharma. Sharon Sherpa. Jordan Sherpa. Tenzin Newton Sherpa. Begina Shrestha. Muskan Shrestha. Nila Shrestha. Loshish Shrestha. Sanjay Shrestha. Subhista Shrestha. Sudishna Shrestha. Sunil Shrestha. Suraj Shrestha. Tosi Shrestha. Swarup Shrestha Kandu. Nisha Shrestha Kama Charya. Bikash Simkada. Nihal Singh. Sarav Sitola. Aziz Sahir Syed. Perlana Taman. Fasil Hayat Tara. Sujina Pasim Takali. Anesh Tapa. Shiwani Tapa. Lohina Tapa Maga. Suman Tapalia. Aushima Timiosina. Greshima Opriti. Suwasna Opriti. Belinda Valeria. Hendrik William, Hong Tian Zhao. Dr. Spencer, I present to you the graduates for Bachelor of Business, Management and Finance. Kushwinder Singh, Abhishek Acharya, Shriyan Adhikari, Nikadek Akustin, Ocom Batasoi, David Crespi, Vahong Nien Dao, Kamrat Curley, Mina Gotami, Team Katzke, Sho Kawashima, Milan Kadka, Crystal Evan Kingdangan, Ritik Lawat, Doan Nguyen, Modestus Omeki, Pradik Pradhan, Sahil Pradhan, Sunil Pierale, Janesh Kumar Shweta, Deepshika Tapa Chattery, Chong Wang. Dr. Spencer, I present to you the graduates for the Bachelor of Information Technology. Deepak Kumar, Dinesh Kumar, Guinea, Gita, Gurinda Singh, Hamanjit Singh, Hamanjit Kaur, Jagdeep Kaur, Jaskaran Deep Singh, Markit Singh, Mamit Kaur, Mohit, Nikhil Babu, Panwadip Kaur, Sukhdeep Kaur, Sukhpreet Kaur, Sukhwinder Kaur, Sumanpreet Kaur, Surjit Singh, Tajinder Singh, Ujjwal, Dinesh Acharya, Gagan Acharya, Kushal Acharya, Nishesh Raj Acharya, Sunil Acharya, Ashish Adhikari, Adesh Adhikari, Anesh Adhikari, Bibash Adhikari, Vijaya Adhikari, Dilip Adhikari, Kapil Adhikari, Nitesh Adhikari, Rajani Kumari Adhikari, Ratan Adhikari, Deepika Shrestha, Nafez Ahmad, Rahil Ahmad, Zahur Ahmad, Ankit Ahuja, Miftah Anwar, Ramesh Raj Aran, Muhammad Umir Ashed, Simran Aya, Puka Ayu, Sandesh Ayu, Sapana Ayu, Sujan Ayu, Osama Aslam, Swastika Awal, Anish Awal, Anish Awal, Bishal Awal, Waka Azam, Sandeep B.K., Sanjoy Bajracharya, Saba Balempaki, David Bania, Basha Barol, Sudeep Bashir, Anuka Basnet, Prakash Basnet, Yusheng Basnet, Ashish Bastola, Rabindra Baikoti, Saga Batarai, Liwan Batarai, Prabing Batarai, Mandeep Bula, Bodhisaga Batel, Saroj Busho, Vishnu Busho, Sudeep Busho, Brinda Bichukche, Rabing Bista, Nabing Bista, Swarup Bista, Nita Bista, Suzanne Bisuro, Jaya Bukati, Hazina Bukati, Abaya Budatoki, Monica Budatoki, Ritesh Budatoki, Amir Budatoki, Marie Abigail Sipada, Harmanjit Singh Chahol, Simran Kaur Chahol, Prat Shant Chapagang, Avishek Chattari, Pashuram Chattari, Ashish Chattari Taru, Saraj Chalogan, Sushant Chao Logan, Sapal Chao Logan, Alain Chantel, Bibek Chokol, Amisha Dahol, Dibita Dahol, Jason Dahal, Hossein Dahal, Pankaj Dahal, Prakash Dahal, Namaraj Dangal, Robert Darai, Abu Muhammad Daud, Basanta Dakal, Chingtan Dakal, Kushish Dakal, Mohan Dakal, Parash Dakal, Raju Dakal, Sachin Dakal,
Shiva Dakal, Utsav Dakal, Prasida Dital, Prakash Dungana, Supriya Dungana, Chandra Dungel, Oyunshemeg Dotrapurev, Dipesh Dulal, Sangam Dumre, Hoang Duong, Mohammed Durrani, Tamkin Fatima, Marcelin Felipe, Binod GC, Milan Geishi, Ayush Gautam, Ayush Gautam, Ajaya Gautam, Bigyan Gautam, Nabin Gautam, Prabha Gautam, Saga Gautam, Samir Kali, Sunny Kali, Asmin Gimiri, Kurana Gimiri, Bawani Gorasanei, Harinder Gil, Arogya Giri, Leonardo Rees, Rishita Goyal, Kishwa Gurageng, Bishan Gurung, Deepa Gurung, Diraj Gurung, Karuna Gurung, Rupa Gurung, Suraj Gurung, Ravi Hamal, Amir Hamza, Muhammad Idris, Umer Ishak, Pawan Rizal, Shikar Jindal, Akash Joshi, Ashim Joshi, Babin KC, Bijaya KC, Shweta KC, Ugin KC, Devendra Kafle, Shristi Kafle, Sagar Kandel, Sandeep Kandel, Santosh Kandel, Swastika Kandel, Demos Karki, Ajit Karki, Angela Karki, Ankit Katzke, Buwan Katzke, Ronish Katzke, Sarav Katzke, Yam Katzke, Pramit Kamacharya, Kuljit Kaur, Syed Kazmi, Sagat Katzke, Bibek Katzke, Bishal Katzke, Diwash Katzke, Nishal Katzke, Pramod Katzke, Sanju Katzke, Sostika Katzke, Muhammad Kakwani, Muhammad Khan, Hari Kanal, Roshu Kanal, Sangam Kanal, Saroj Kanal, Sujata Kanal, Abiral Karel, Lek Karel, Angash Katiwada, Arjun Katiwada, Nitik Katiwada, Ajay Khatri, Amit Khatri, Bhupendra Khatri, Prajwal Khatri, Sadish Shrestha, Kumar Koirala, Deepesh Lama, Karma Lama, Suren Lama, Nikita Lama, Pratap Mokhtan, Diwas Lamishane, Namrata Lamishane, Rojina Lamishane, Saka Lamishane, Roshan Lamsal, Mahesh Luitel, Bikash Lumba, Kiran Maharjan, Oasis Maharjan, Rikesh Maharjan, Sandeep Maharjan, Shani Maharjan, Shining Maharjan, Umesh Maharjan, Rajiv Mahato, Sudan Mainali, Sonomo Mala, Pranish Manhandar, Sushmi Manhandar, Ayaka Matsuzaki, Kalyani Megraj, Kuram Nakvi, Syed Nakvi, Novita Nataria, Diego Moya, Aslan Nazir, Susmita Nepal, Satak Nepal, Ashutosh Niupane, Pramesh Niupane, Suraj Niupane, Biwash Ojha, Basant Oli, Tovan Oli, Dinesh Pandi, Milan Pandi, Pabita Pandi, Puja Pandit, Saramsh Pandit, Sorav Pandit, Mukunda Pantha, Pramod Panthi, Santosh Parajuli, Rijon Pathak, Abhishek Padel, Adip Padel, Deepak Padel, Nishant Padel, Rajendra Padel, Sandesh Fuyal, Prasita Piya, Akriti Pokarel, Nabin Pokrel, Anish Pudel, Arjun Pudel, Ashok Pudel, BJ Pudel, Prem Pudel, Sandeep Pudel, Susant Pudel, Yubraj Pudel, Prabesh Pradhan, Sumit Pun, Raju Ray, Sandesh Ray, Sandesh Ray, Subhash Ray, Aman Raj, FM Shuvo Raj, Prakriti Rana, Shruti Ranjit, Nichal Rejmi, Shobha Rejmi, Suban Rimal, Bandana Rokaya, Abhishek Sangwan, Bikal Sabkota, Bikash Sabkota, Monip Sabkota, Rabin Sabkota, Rajan Sabkota, Ram Sabkota, Sudip Sabkota, Garima Sedhain, Ramesh Shah, Ankit Shah, Harun Shahab, Prajwal Shahi, Rohan Shahi, Sandhya Shakya, Anil Sharma, Nitin Sharma, Sadin Sharma. Saksham Sharma, Sujan Sharma, Kemika Sherchan, Ashish Shrestha, Ashish Shrestha, Anjan Shrestha, Arpit Shrestha, Ashish Shrestha, Bikas Shrestha, Bishal Shrestha, Bishal Shrestha, Divash Shrestha, Garav Shrestha, Gauri Shrestha, Hari Shrestha, Kishore Shrestha, Nabin Shrestha, Oshan Shrestha, Pramod Shrestha, Rabin Shrestha, Rohan Shrestha, Roshmi Shrestha, Sashin Shrestha, Sahil Shrestha, Sandhya Shrestha, Sandeep Shrestha, Sanjeev Shrestha, Saugat Shrestha, Shahil Shrestha, Shiva Shrestha, Suman Shrestha, Suzan Shrestha, Swastika Shrestha, Yash Shrestha, Jagjit Singh, Lovpreet Singh, Mandeep Singh, Manish Singh, Manjit Singh, Sangam Sintan, Kamal Subedi, Rajiv Sudari, Bikram Suna, Shankar Tamang, Sabu Tamang, Ajay Thapa, Ambika Thapa, Ashok Thapa, Bez Thapa, Dal Thapa, Lalit Thapa, Samir Thapa, Shikha Thapa, Suman Thapa, Helan Magar, Ramesh Magar, Sophia Magar, Maliha Tithi, Nirdosh Tiwari, Min Tran, Anish Tulada, Manish Upadhyay, Padam Upataya, Sabita Upreti, Hamza Usman, Kong Vo, Mohammed Walan, Jashandeep Wander, Niyatandra Yadav, Suman Yonjan. Dr. Spencer, I present to you the graduates for Diploma of Accounting. Daud Mia, Jintei Park, Sanjita Podel.
To present the occasional address, it is my great pleasure and honour to introduce our guest speaker, the Honourable Dominic Francis Perrottet, MP, New South Wales State Premier. Dominic Perrottet is currently serving as the 46th Premier of New South Wales after assuming this appointment during the pandemic. He is the youngest ever Premier in New South Wales history, and he has been a Member of Parliament since 2011. A dedicated family man, Mr. Perrottet holds academic degrees in law and commerce. As a former treasurer, he is focused on creating a strong economy for a strong society, and he is leading us out of the pandemic in actively seeking to have New South Wales bounce back stronger, safer and more successful than ever before. Graduates, family and friends of our graduates, members of KOI staff, friends around the world, please make welcome our New South Wales State Premier, the Honourable Dominic Perrottet, MP.
Hi everyone, it's a real pleasure to offer my congratulations to more than 1,000 students all around the world who are graduating from the King's Own Institute today. The last couple of years have been extremely challenging, especially for students, but tough times often bring out the very best in us. Some of you have completed your whole course overseas. We're lucky to live at a time when technology actually makes that possible. But whether you've completed your studies here in Sydney or somewhere else, you should be very proud of what you've accomplished. You've shown incredible resilience, courage and commitment. And now, all the hard work has paid off, so I hope you can take a moment to enjoy this fantastic achievement. Of course, then comes the next step. As we emerge from this crisis, I hope you'll be able to make the most of the opportunities that come your way, maybe even here in New South Wales. We're excited to be gradually opening back up to the world and especially able to welcome back international students. We've missed the enormous contribution that you make. We are a nation whose recent history has been shaped by migration from around the globe. And the hard work, the talent and passion of the people who have made Australia their home is a huge part of our nation's success. The international students among you are part of our story now. If you've studied here in New South Wales, I hope that you've enjoyed every minute. If not, well, I really hope you'll visit us soon. For now, all the very best and congratulations to the 22nd graduating class of the King's Own Institute.
Thank you, Premier. You have mentioned the resilience of our students, these magnificent graduates who have demonstrated the power of the individual, the power of the group, and of the communities and societies to which they belong, here and afar, to bounce back and recover from adversity. As Premier, you are leading the most successful Australian state in the national recovery. And at this especially busy time, you have been gracious in joining us today in full recognition of the importance and success of these young graduates who represent our future. Family and human values have never been more important. And, Premier, we appreciate your true commitment and support to higher education, and we thank you most sincerely for presenting the occasional address to our graduates.
I would now like to introduce Emeritus Professor Dr. John Loxton, Chair of the Academic Board.
KOI is proud to celebrate the achievements of all its graduates who receive their degrees and diplomas today. We make special recognition of our graduates who've achieved exceptional academic distinction at the top of their class. I am very pleased to announce the awards for outstanding academic performance for Trimesters 1 and 2 in 2021. First, for Trimester 1, the award for an outstanding academic performance for a bachelor degree graduate goes to a graduate who achieved 4 distinctions and 12 high distinctions. The winner is Nafiz Ahmed, Bachelor of Information Technology. The award for outstanding academic performance for a master degree graduate goes to a graduate who achieved 1 distinction and no less than 10 high distinctions. The winner is Anna Grankina, Master of Arts, TESOL. And now for Trimester 2, the outstanding academic performer in a bachelor degree achieved 9 distinctions and 15 high distinctions. The award goes to Tankin Fatima, Bachelor of Information Technology. The outstanding academic performer in a master degree program gained 1 distinction and 10 high distinctions. The award goes to Xiu Dong, Master of Arts, TESOL. And now it's my pleasure to introduce another very special graduate. Students at KOI make outstanding contributions and achieve distinction in many ways. We're very proud of the work of a group of students who volunteer to lead the KOI Student Society, with its mission to enhance the quality of student life, education and participation. Tim Katzke was elected President of the KOI Student Society in 2019 and held that position into 2021. His term included the arrival of the dreaded COVID pandemic in 2020, and that led to a pattern of lockdowns and other restrictions that have affected all our lives and still do. Despite that, Tim successfully represented the student voice at KOI, developed forms of online engagement for his fellow students, and brought the student perspective to the academic board. In 2019, Tim also represented KOI at the annual TEXA conference. This is the National Australian Conference organised by our higher education regulator. Tim graduated with a Bachelor of Business, Management and Finance degree. He's now forging a career as an entrepreneur and putting his knowledge of law and finance into practice very successfully. I welcome Tim Katzke, Bachelor of Business, Management and Finance, to speak on behalf of the graduates.
Dear alumni, friends and family members of the extraordinary graduating class of 2021. My name is Tim Katzke, former president of the KOI Student Society, and I'm honored to be standing before you today as a graduation speaker. Well, this is the second time for me to give a speech to a graduating class. It is the first time as a fellow graduate myself, and not just as a representative of the student body. Once again, the ceremony is held online, and with the ongoing restrictions worldwide, the so-called extraordinary circumstances are becoming the new norm to which we all have to adjust all aspects of our lives during and after university. Now I want you to take a minute and reflect back on how far you have come to this day. Traveling from all parts of the world, starting a new life in a foreign country with a different language, different customs and norms. Enrolling at KOI, working tirelessly to sustain your life over here, never taking your eyes off the goal that you've achieved today. While you're at it, also spare thought for your friends and families, your partners and even the teachers, all who did their part in supporting you in many ways and helped you getting to this moment. It is their special day as much as yours. Today marks an official milestone in our lives. After 3 long years of studying, countless assignments and many nights of lost sleep, we are now released into the world with a solid foundation on which we can build our future on. Our final year at KOI may not have been what we expected, but we adapted to the restrictions and overcame the hurdle of being a student during a pandemic. Challenges come in many forms. COVID-19 was ours, but we have endured, we have overcome, and we are better for it. So I urge you today, do not look at this year for its lost opportunities. We're entering into a new chapter of our lives with a wiser understanding of how to cherish even the small pleasures. Hugs, gatherings, celebrations, smiles, and most importantly, normality. The way we have responded, reacted, endured, and risen above says everything about who we are. Your experience at KOI may differ from your friends and family members who graduated before COVID, but make no mistake, you have worked just as hard, put in just as much work, and despite all challenges arising from the shift to distant learning, you persevered and rightly earned your degree. Be proud of yourselves and use this momentum to aim higher and farther and set new goals you can pursue moving forward. As a graduate myself, I also like to extend my gratitude to all those who helped me getting where I stand today. My friends both here in Australia and back in Germany with their advice when I was lost and their reassurance when I was certain. My girlfriend Yuki for supporting me in all endeavors, both professionally and personally, always showing patience and seeing the bright side even when I couldn't. Shauna O'Hanlon, the manager for student experience at KOI, the current and former members of the Student Society, as well as my lecturers over the years, for showing me that university can be more than merely a school where you learn and leave, but rather a place where people from different paths of life come together and become one. Finally, I want to thank both my father and my late mother, who sadly passed away a few months ago. Without their continued support and sacrifices, I would not even be standing on Australian soil to present this speech to you. They have always and will always be a guiding star in my life. Nevertheless, today is about the class of 2021 and the outstanding accomplishments we have achieved, both individually and as a whole. No matter where you are headed in your personal and professional life, remember that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Congratulations, alumni of KOI.
Thank you very much, Tim, for your speech on behalf of the graduates. It's great to see how you have enjoyed your time at KOI and how you are now forging a career after graduation. Like all your graduates, we wish all our graduates a very successful career, taking their KOI degrees into practice. Thank you.
I would now like to take this opportunity to thank all of those who made this graduation ceremony possible today, especially our special guests, our graduation team, but most of all, thank you, the graduates. Well done and good luck for the future.